bard Mr. Shakespeare himself said our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to. And those words ring oh so true. So guys and gals, our second judge, his presence will make a wall shake as we marvel at his gifts without worrying about the debris. First name London, first name Jeremy. Welcome, my friend.
Hello, sir. I don't know about making the wall shake, but I'll try to, I'll do my best.
But you told me this off screen as well. You still want to win the entire thing.
Yeah, of course, I think that we'd be silly not to want that.
First name Byron, last name Scott. Mr. Scott, welcome to the celebrity tournament, my friend.
Avi, that was unbelievable. Some of the stuff that you brought up, man, you bringing back memories, man.
Talent, who has a beautiful heart. Last name Van Dam, first name Rob. Rob Van Dam, welcome to the celebrity tournament, my friend.
Wow, dude. And that is amazingly everything that's happened in my life up till this moment.
Whether it's here or in a concert, his name I'm about to blurt. Last name Davi, first name Robert. Welcome, my friend, to the celebrity tournament.
Thank you. Thank you, Avi. Now, I met Muhammad Ali, and when he was Muslim, he gave you the pamphlet, and he would talk about Allah, and he would talk about peace, and that's what his whole mission was, and you could feel that coming from the love coming from this man.
We're just fighting each other right now. We're preoccupied with this fight and with these crazy divisions within our country, and we'll never be able to focus the energy and resources we need in order to fix any problem we have. We've sucked everything into the U.S., and that stuff is getting sucked out. Resources are getting concentrated, but in very few hands, and that doesn't look good for us. An honest Mr. Rob Van Dam, who will let us know who he has selected as the ideal person, along with the location and the date.
I wanted to go straight to the source of all my questions and talk to God. And I'd be able to look at God and hold him, because he'd be Yoda in my dream, the smartest man of my existence. If I can use Barbie as an example, she looks like Yoda. God, like, why the variance in values? Why do we all think so differently, and we all think we're right and hate? Is it about, is it about competition and being the progressive and getting ahead and being the early bird to get the worm? Or is it about community, togetherness, moving in a hopefully same direction? We don't all have matching values, and so we fight over stupid things. And I'd really want to be able to hear God say, I hope that his answer would be, smart one you are. But I can't do a Yoda impression. Something else I wanted to ask God was, why does emotion come out and completely block logic from getting in the way? It would be today. I wouldn't want to go back in time because of what you just said. I've learned so much up till this point.
Sure.
If I look back, I see a much lesser me, and I'm not proud of that.
If you went back to yourself 20 years ago and you still know what you know now, you would probably be a much better person because of all the pitfalls that you went through then. You wouldn't make those same mistakes, now.
That struggle we have to agree with one another almost takes away from some people. That's the issue. It's like, why can't we sit down here and just go, everything that Robert, Byron, and Rob just said speaks to me wholeheartedly without the but. Without the but.
I can tell you, Mr. Davi made me cry. And I didn't see that happen. As non-religious as I am, the fact that I saw your heart, because see, I would want that to happen to me, because I need to know that's real, because that is an existential issue I have in my life. But Mr. Davi made me cry, and so I think I have to go with him.
Is that a part of faith? Does faith beget confirmation? Other way around?
There's knowledge of God.
I think I hear what you're saying, but I don't think that I can speak to that firsthand. So it sounds like you're saying that there's something almost magical that happens that still isn't within the boundaries of faith. And do we really choose what we believe, or is that just what makes most sense to us based on our own values?
We were bringing up some people who were very inspirational. Martin Luther King Jr. is one of them. And he always said faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. Yeah. And that's really interesting, too. That means you're not giving anything up, but you're actually telling yourself that you're willing to go the extra mile for something you don't quite see yet. So it's such an interesting thing to be able to have faith in the invisible or in the unknown. don't think there's any story, any movie, or maybe any book that could inspire someone to have maybe the same beliefs or faith as the other person. I listen to people who are so convicted, and it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing.
And when he blessed him, he was almost blown over by the scent of smell. He didn't get his sight back, but his sense of smell exploded with the scent of roses, because that's what Padre Pio with his, he didn't smell it had a scent of roses. I then asked Joey, when I was in the hospital bed, from 240 pounds and muscular and a great athlete to 160 pounds, I said to my mom, do you think Joey Lamangino could ask Padre Pio, which he did. And Padre Pio sent the telegram, pray blessings, I'm no doctor, and a pair of rosary beads.
We're in our mid-20s, Byron is single, he wants to enjoy a positive and fun night on the town. Which figure from history do you select to hang out with, and why?
And I am and will always be a big Richard Pryor fan. He'll spend some time, because I think Richard would have been a fun guy to be around. And I think also he had an interesting life. You know what I mean? Again, he's grown up in the 40s and 50s, where he's trying to make a way for himself. So he had to deal with racism and all that stuff. So I think it would be a lot of fun with him, but I think he would also be very informational because of all the things that he did in his life and some of the bad choices that he made when it came to drugs and things of that nature since. And I think a lot of these guys like Eddie Murphy and Dave Chappelle, a lot of these guys pay homage towards Richard Pryor for what he was able to do and the way he kind of paved the way.
Rob, I'll have you go next, my friend. Again, you're in your mid-20s, you're single, you want to enjoy a positive and fun night in the town. Which figure from history do you select to hang out with, and why?
Going to bring with me a Mr. Howard Hughes. All the women would throw themselves at said wingman. So maybe we'll hit, some of the, I don't mind taking a little extra, what do they call it, the seconds or something when we're talking about Ava Gardner, maybe some of those old-time actresses. Jane Russell has introduced me to all the top people. Everybody respects him. It's a good time. Maybe we'll pick his brain on business. If he's a little germophobic, I don't mind that either. I'll take some hand sanitizer with me. Maybe we'll go from LA to New York City for a coffee or something. You can do that.
Yeah, you do need one of these, a little sanitizer for Howard Hughes.
So when I went to history, I wanted to go way back. And I went to Cicero. That was my honest first guy. They said there were three things that have to be done for a republic. There was kingship, the aristocracy, and a democracy. President, Senate, Congress. Here's this quote that I found fascinating for me. The evil was not inbred in circuses, per se, but in the willingness of the people to sell their rights as free men for full bullies. And I would have loved to hang with him and really find out and get into the thing of ancient Rome. What brought ancient Rome down? You know what I mean? What happened here? A lot of the same problems we're having in our country today. But
Pryor would have gotten me killed and arrested. And so I want to party with Richard Pryor, baby.
Richard Pryor. Rob, my question to you, my friend, is what is the best way to train people to see the gradients in the world around them instead of just a simplistic, this is good, that is wrong view of the world, my friend?
My own philosophy. I call it RVDology. I have a set of values that I've learned from experience, and that shapes my perspective. I think it's important that people realize everyone has a different perspective. It's not just this is good, this is bad anymore, because it's not that simple. And they'd be like, they're fat, they don't need that salt. But in reality, maybe the doctor told them to take it to retain more water, or who knows. You always have to look at the subjectiveness of where the source is coming from that's going to label something as good or as bad. It's not you. They're not trying to be you. Unless it's your kid and you have the power to tell them what to do and what to think. Otherwise, be you, that works for you, and let other people be them and what works. Yeah.
I love that. This is from Michael from the studio, who would actually text me about 2 minutes before while Rob was speaking. He said, keep this entire thing moving. This is amazing. Forgot what I was doing. Wife is screaming at me. Don't care. Love the show. So, awesome. Robert, in the past, what personal prisons have you built out of fears, my good friend?
So I had a bad skin condition when I was younger, because it scarred me in my face and other parts in my back and chest and stuff like that. And I was always embarrassed about that. And even when I started to, here I am, a teenager, a young kid, and I want to be an actor. For some stupid reason, don't ask me what it is, my own drive overrode that sense of my own prison that I could have been in with wanting to become an actor. And what helped me on that, of course, were my parents and teachers. It was one of the things that Sinatra had said to me early on. He noticed that I had scarring on my neck, and he said to me, "Were you a forceps baby?" I says, "Yeah." And then he showed me his scar, and he says, "So was I." Because don't let those bother you. They make you who you are. They're decorations.
Where does a person's self-worth come from, my friend?
Thank you. With me, self-worth comes within yourself. When you have people that love you and that are backing you, that are encouraging you, and I had that in my parents, and they were very nurturing. My mom was just an unbelievable mom, because she was always the positive one in the family. She was always nurturing. She was always telling me I could do any and everything. But my dad was the one that would push me and say, "Yeah, you can, but you're going to have to do this." He was going to separate me from my boys that lived in the neighborhood who also wanted to play sports and wanted to get out, is that my work ethic had to be harder than everybody else's. I think that self-worth obviously has to come within yourself. You got to believe in who you are. You got to believe in the dreams that you're setting for yourself. But my dad was always that one that said, you got to work your butt off. And my mom was always the one that was saying, "Star, but you got to be humble. That's the one thing that she told me. Then the other thing she always did. And I remember taking her out to dinner when I made it to the NBA. And I was getting bothered by people coming over asking for autographs while we were having dinner. I was turning people down, like, "Hey, can we just have dinner?" And my mom said to me, and she said, "It sure is nice to be important, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah, I mean, I guess." She said, "Baby, it's more important to be nice."
Not only had an opportunity to sort of to have my heart touched, but to have my mind stimulated as well. Mr. Davi, for me, did all of that for me. Wonderful minds together, bringing wonderful questions. Your questions are so well thought out, and they allow us to go beyond.
As the top vote getter, moving on to round number 2, will be Byron Scott, who's in round 2 of the TKN Celebrity Tournament that features over 91 Hall of Famers. And then with 28, Mr. Rob Van Dam will also be in the second round of the TKN Celebrity Tournament, which features luminaries from all walks of life. But guess what? Tonight, sounds cheesy, sounds cliche, because I mean it, we are all winners. We learned this is a bit different. Did you have fun?
I had a lot of fun. I mean, this is fantastic, man. You do a great job. The questions you come up with for everybody is fantastic. But also, as just an athlete, to stand up for his rights and speak it. So obviously, you do your homework. It's been a lot of fun. Your rapping is good too. I'm gonna tell you, your rapping is on point. I'm gonna tell you. So, yeah, this has been a lot of fun, man. I really appreciate it.
You've done a ton of these online. Of course, this is different. Did you have a good time, my friend?
I did. This was fun. Yeah. Look at God and hold him, because he'd be Yoda in my dream, the smartest man of my existence. Barbie is an example. Yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I like exploring these thoughts, and I like the roundtable effect of having the other guys there and hearing their thoughts. So it was really cool. I look
Looking forward to round 2.
I am.
Thank you so much, guys and gals and pals, for enjoying this video and watching it. If you love the content, if you're enjoying it, please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel, and make sure that you know that we know that the new network is on the rise. Thank you for being who you are.